Julia, I've been wondering.
Have you?
What's a deliberate life?
I'm not sure.
You want to find out?
Sure.
Okay, let's go get a camera and do some stuff.
Do some stuff.
What should we do?
You want to ask people?
People?
People. Humans.
Human. I don't know. Don't really like people. I guess we should.
Probably.
We kind of need a grade, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, that's it. Let's
Yep.
wrap.
Let's go.
That's good.
First things first, we need a broad definition of what a deliberate life is. With this, we shall continue.
A deliberate life is one that is lived intentionally toward a specific purpose or goal.
I would say that a deliberate life means that you go through life with not only with purpose but on purpose. I think I like to quote Dolly Parton, who once said, "The first thing you should do is find what you like doing, and then do that on purpose." And I feel like that should be a part of all of our lives, whether it be in what you do in your profession, certainly what you do as a Christian. So Dolly Parton, very great philosopher.
A deliberate life would be one that you consider seriously. Much like that Christian radio station that hosts the program Intentional Living, in which you must make the right decision or feel guilty for the rest of your life.
Living life to the fullest, maybe?
To be happy about what you do.
Living life like you're in the moment. Like, don't think about the future or the past, just now.
Deliberate life. Well, to me, deliberate life is like how it said in Dead Poet Society about sucking the raw out of life. Just basically living life more, just trying to get more out of life, not just letting life pass you by, you know? That's just what it means to me.
Alright, my definition of a deliberate life would have to be, I think it's a pretty straightforward thing. I think living a life deliberately would mean living a life with purpose, with all your conviction, and just really, it's hard to say because, I think it looks different depending on the person, but at the same time, I think there are some universal things that get tied together. I think, for example, if there's something that you really, really are passionate about and you really want to do, and let's say, just for the sake of the conversation, somebody is like your father is just saying, no, you can't do this, like you can't become an artist, and just be like, well, with all due respect, Father, this is what I want to do. And so you follow your dream, and I'm not saying don't listen to your parents. There's a sense of practicality in what maybe your parents are saying, but at the same time, you gotta, follow your dream, you gotta do what you want to do. So I guess that would be a start.
Well, I'd have to say I think a deliberate life is living your life with some kind of goal, some kind of motivation, doing something that's meaningful to you.
According to the Bible, it's to serve God and to know Him, I guess. So that's my answer.
Deliberate life. I take it literally. I think it means to live deliberately. That's exactly how I perceive it. But, to live with purpose, to live in your own direction, live your own life. You don't want to be part of this society. And that's just my perception and interpretation of the statement. Cut.
We weren't done.
I think deliberate life is living life to the fullest and being a good Christian and following all the aspects of being a good Christian.
I think a deliberate life is looking to God and listening to your heart and understanding what He wants from your life and not what the world is telling you. And if you can focus on that, I think you live a happier, more joyful life.
My own definition of a deliberate life would be you have a purpose. You know, you know what you want to do. You're focused. You have a plan, whatever that plan might be. Of course, you want to involve God in it. Otherwise, that plan can go bad real quick. So, a deliberate life would be you've got some sort of plan to what you want to do.
I think a deliberate life is living your life worthwhile instead of like doing something that would like help humankind instead of just living in your in your parents' basement your entire life, playing video games until you grow old and die.
The Latin term for that sentiment is carpe diem. Now, who knows what that means? Carpe diem. That seize the day.
Good question. I think if it's something that persists, like a reoccurring kind of theme, the purpose kind of gets reinforced over a period of time, then I think it's more likely to be worthwhile. And I think again it depends on the person. What's worthwhile to one may not be worthwhile to the next. So I think it depends again on the person. So it's hard for me to say, but I think it's just if a certain person has again a dream that they want to follow or something that they're really passionate about doing, then that's likely to be worthwhile for them.
Yeah, I think that it can be. I think that most importantly, I kind of think about my life as my relationships, my relationship with God, my relationship with my family, my relationship with people here at DCA and my students. And I think that is part of a dream. Each part of those, there's a goal and a dream in that to be the best that I can and to be purposeful. Takes intention. So I would say, yeah, I think it has that element.
Well, I mean, from a Christian perspective, you determine a purpose by asking God, hey, God, what do you want me to do? And then you proceed, but it just depends on what your purpose is. If you choose to live with no specific purpose or goal, then you are adrift on the stream of life, floating aimlessly from bank to bank. Well, I think that has to deal a little bit with perspective because it's going to be completely individualized. What's meaningful and gives my life purpose and gives me fulfillment is not going to be the same thing that makes someone else happy at all. So you kind of have to look at what's important to you and what's going to help fulfill your life and kind of base it around that.
I do. I think you have to be over 30. Because I think up to then, it's really hard to shove the world away. And then after that, some of the maturity and some of the mentorship that you've had throughout your life begin to really sink in, and you can see it. And then it can be attainable, yes.
I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, it just depends on what you do, I guess. But I mean, your life is the one that you live, so yeah.
I think it is. At a certain age, I think it is. When you're born, you're an infant, you're a small child. You really don't know what's going on. You're just having fun and you're doing your own thing. But I think at some point we all reach a maturity, whatever age that might be, that it's possible to live a deliberate.
Yeah, Yeah, it's definitely attainable. It all depends on your commitment, I think, because a lot of people choose, like, this is gonna sound really bad, but like for the project, some people choose like the easy way out. But it's definitely, if you want to like really live the life and you have the commitment to do it, you can definitely do it.
I went to the woods because I wanted to live deliberately. I wanted to live deep and suck out all the marrow of life.
I'll second that.
To put to rout all that was not life, and not when I had come to die, discover that I had not lived.
Rose said, I went to the woods to live deliberately. Can you interpret this statement for us?
Trying to live on your own without any help of outside.
I think maybe he went to the woods to be closer to God and live out a plan that maybe God had for him.
I have no idea about the context of that statement. I've never read the book. I don't even know like what's going on, but it sounds to me like they don't want to live in the city. They want to live in the woods and be self-sufficient so that they can like survive on their own. But hey, that's just what I think.
Given Thoreau and the fact that he is a transcendentalist, I assume that he meant he wanted to live simply and, you know, without the constraints of modern life and timelines. He wanted to just sort of, you know, commune with nature.
I don't think he wanted to be any sort of ignorant, and I think to distinguish those ideas of ignorance within himself, he went and, you know, like immersed himself in wildlife and nature, and I think that can be a very eye-opening experience, a very just a very wonderful experience overall. No matter the person, whether you like nature or not, I think it says a lot in the end.
Depending upon who Thoreau was, if he was an animal, he probably wanted peace and be with the other animals.
Maybe he wanted to live like Brian from Hatchet and like learn some life lessons by living in the woods.
I went to the woods to deliberately avoid answering this question.
What do you think a deliberate life is?
Well,
I don't know.
Back 30 years ago when I did my research, I found nothing. Yeah, we researched together, we found nothing. It means nothing. Lost cause.
Okay, anything you'd like to say to high schoolers?
Good luck. Go to college. Pass high school, that's all I gotta say.
Rock on.
Have a deliberate life.
Okay.
Choose your college wisely.
Okay.
Go to a party college.
Maybe. Okay, thank you.
So Rachel, now that we've discussed and found out what deliberate life is, what do you personally think a deliberate life is?
Being alive.
Being alive?
Being alive. Doing good things. Helping people.
It's a good idea.
It's kind of what I've learned. So Julia, what do you think a deliberate life is after we've done all this research?
My answer is still the same. It's life that's deliberate.
Could you define that maybe a little more philosophically?
Purposeful life, something that you have something to do in your life, that you have a goal to reach.
How do you deem that goal purposeful?
If you think it's full of purpose and it's something you work towards your entire life, then I think you've succeeded if you succeed in your goal. Do you think a deliberate life is attainable?
Oh yeah. I guess it all depends on what you think a deliberate life is, though. What about what Thoreau said about going to the woods?
I think that he just had a really sucky job, like in an office or something, and he liked being in the woods a lot more than he liked being inside.
Do not pity the dead, Harry. Pity the living. And above all those who live without love.
The way I see it, every life is a pile of good things and bad things. Hey, the good things don't always soften the bad things, but vice versa. The bad things don't necessarily spoil the good things or make them unimportant. And we definitely added to his pile of good things.
Yep. I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.